Identity is not a new problem. As soon as there are people entering into relationships, there is a question of identity. Before any type of records and credentials, people would address identity through their human senses and memory. When they meet someone, they observe, they get information, they collect in their memory, and the next time they meet that same person, they kind of match the incoming information with what they had about the person in their memory, and then they recognize the person. So identity has been with us, with the humanity all along. When we had paper records, which exploded with the Gutenberg revolution thanks to the printing press, distant authorities such as kings could use paper techniques to address people's identity. They took over some practices from the Roman Catholic Church, which used to keep records about their believers. But also they came with practices of their own. For example, issuing a document called safe conduct or letters of introduction to their special envoys and diplomats. Those practices evolved to be expanded to the military, to the whole communication system, the royal communication system, and then to people in general. Nation states took over and reinforced those practices, especially during the two world wars of the 20th century. So what we know as passport today comes from that practice about starting with safe conduct and letters of introduction. With the digital records, there is a big assumption in the design of the internet protocols, which is that human beings didn't need to be identified in the network. It was basically only machines the connected machines that were identified with the standards of the IP addresses. Because at that time, the internet was a confidential network, and the institution on the network connected through the network were, they knew each other, and their researchers working on the network were known, so there was no problem worrying about identity. But internet became a global utility, a global network, and people interact on the network, moving assets and doing transactions of consequential transactions, I mean. And so we are facing that problem of identity again as we face with paper records. And what is being done currently to address that is, to build a new system which can be scaled to the size of the internet itself, with standards such as decentralized identifiers, which now can help identify human beings in addition to machines and things and organizations, etc., etc., so that we can finally address the issue of digital identity on the internet.